Sarah pays her state income taxes online. Jim uses the internet to check the credentials of a nurse who is caring for his mother. Ellen registers her new corporation online, but also explores state bidding opportunities for her company. Sam, a local first responder, goes online to communicate with the state's Emergency Operations Center during a hazardous materials incident. The Johnson family counts on electronic transfers to ensure they receive their monthly child support. These citizens love the convenience of online government services. They, like all of us, have come to enjoy online government 24/7. And, as in every other facet of today's life, from banking and shopping to travel planning and investment, people rely on these services. It makes their lives easier, and they simply assume that it's secure, accurate, and reliable. But is it? What if their check didn't come? What if her identity was stolen? What if he couldn't communicate in a time of crisis? What if an unqualified nurse is permitted to practice? We may not consider these events until they happen, but they could happen. And once they occur, these citizens and many others like them may never trust government again.
Governments know where you work, where you live.
We know your date of birth, we know where you live, we know your social security number.
They know what you make. In a lot of instances, they know your health condition. They know what you drive.
We even know how much you made last year and the year before.
We have a huge abundance of information in a government file. Not only that, you don't have the option to give us that information in a lot of cases.
And so a lot of that information is very valuable to people who want to use it for monetary gains.
People count on government to keep them safe, to protect and help them in times of disaster. When it comes to protecting some of its most important public assets, information and services, government must be vigilant against invaders, intruders that can't even be seen. It is like fighting a storm that never ends, one that is ever present, always changing. Is your government's technology perpetually in a state of alert? If not, the results can be disastrous for everyone involved.
Well, in Michigan, we received last year over 120 million email messages, and over 3/4 of those were either spam or viruses. So we get attacked every day of the week. On an average day, we see probably 20,000 people scanning our networks, trying to break into our networks. We see about 30,000 people trying to deface our website. So these attacks are happening every day. We're seeing them all the time, and we have to constantly be ready for those attacks against our networks.
The bad guys are getting more sophisticated. They're getting more focused on what they want to do.
With increasing frequency, headlines deliver some very shocking bad news. And behind every security incident, an innocent person's life could be changed dramatically. Criminals gain access to government systems with sensitive homeland security information. Critical services that could make the difference in people's lives are disrupted. First responders cannot communicate in a crisis. A caseworker's laptop containing citizen social security numbers is missing. To the business or agency affected, the costs can be staggering.
The impact on citizen trust is actually quite scary.
Citizen trust is something that if you ask people, I would tell you right now on the street, most people would say, I don't trust my government.
We want our citizens to do more with government, if you will, online rather than inline.
So when something does happen to my information at a government level, citizens just absolutely back away and say, I knew it was going to happen. I knew something was going to happen to this information. It's hard to measure, and it's impossible to get back once you lose it.
It's the stuff of movies and TV drama. Hackers breaking in to bring down computer systems, to compromise sensitive information, to steal millions of dollars and to gain new identities. Unfortunately, there's nothing fictional or entertaining about a security breach.
It's sort of that world of, we don't put the traffic light in at the intersection until somebody gets run over. The problem with electronic security, cyber security world, is we can run over half the town in one incident.
When it comes to the war waged in the electronic world, no one is exempt. From the smallest local government to the largest business enterprise, everyone who stores data or provides online services faces an ongoing threat and a variety of enemies. Computer hackers are no longer just mischievous annoyances. They are full-time professionals, profit-motivated and increasingly connected to organized crime. They may be operating from half a world away. They are technologically sophisticated and adaptable. They are ready to aggressively avert security measures, ready to take advantage of security lapses. State governments, by their very nature, are visible targets sitting in the openness of government transparency.
The bad guys have a lot of good tools and they have a lot of good knowledge. So your security defenders, whether it's the IT guy, whether it's your staff and so forth, we have to raise their education level. We have to make them the best defenders so that they can ward off all of these various attacks that the bad guys are perpetrating on us. And that is what really the challenge is. We have to give people the proper tools. We have to give them the best tools. We have to evolve those tools as the industry evolves them so that we can basically stay one step ahead of the bad guy. And because they're ever evolving, we have to do the same.
Sometimes the enemy or an unwitting accomplice is within. Every employee with access to a computer is a potential threat, even when their intent is not malicious. With just a few keystrokes or accidental click of a mouse, an employee can disrupt government services or release important personal and sensitive information into the public domain. Whether coming from the outside or from the inside, once security is compromised, we face another battle in the war waged on government technology. In dollars alone, the cost of a security incident can run into the thousands or even millions of dollars. In the case of an operational disruption, we must find ways to restore critical services. After the incident has passed, we must begin the long-term effort to rebuild trust. Any way you look at it, the cost of a security breach is usually more expensive than preventative measures.
Your first line of defense is the person sitting in the chair, and educating them is just as important as defending your perimeter. And give them the skills to recognize something that is out of the ordinary, is unexpected.
What can states do? What should you do? Acknowledge the storm is here. The aggressive and pervasive yet unseen threat. Identify the biggest potential targets. Build in security measures at the beginning, not as an afterthought to new online services and applications. Approach the problem comprehensively, statewide. Secure all agencies and employees. Invest in planning, technology, and training to manage the risks to your state. Seek out and share best practices and face the challenge. What's at risk in your state? Can citizens count on government in a virtual world? Will they trust in the future? It's up to you. To obtain a copy of this video or for more information, please contact NASCIO at nascio.org. Funding for this NASCIO video was provided by CA Inc., Cyber, EMC, Motorola, NIC, Red Hat, SunGuard Availability Services, Symantec, Unisys, Verizon Business Security Solutions, powered by CyberTrust.